Hi, welcome to Have Yarn Creations. I'm Erin, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. It's March the 22nd, 2021. And I want to say hi and thank you to all of my both old and new subscribers. I've had a small burst, and I'm up over 400. Lots of thummies. Thank you. And I wanted to share with you some things. I know it's been a few days, but I'm moving my camera here just a second so I can see a little bit better. I've had some different things happening with changing doctors and stuff for my son. That's still not good. Okay, so we're in a new city, so it takes me a while to get a hang of things and what's going on. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about. I've got a couple of things. First of all, I finished my Lion Brand Tree of Life Afghan. Scoot back a little bit here. So this is my Lion Brand Tree of Life Afghan, and it's rather large. It's a nice big Afghan, and the yarn that they recommended to be used was I think it's called Fisherman. It's a wool, or partly wool, and I didn't use that. I used Lion Brand's Pound of Love. 1 pound of love. It is 16 ounces and 1,020 yards or 932 meters. It's recommended for a J hook, which I did use. It's a size 4 acrylic, 100% premium acrylic, and it is washable and dryable. I chose this because I'm not sure my niece, who I'm giving it to, has any wool allergies, so that's why I use that. I did not do the border that they wanted, because the border that they wanted you to do had it was supposed to be a leaf motif, but it was all closed up and bunched up, and it didn't look like anything but a wad of yarn. And so I said no, and I did my own. It kind of, I call it a postage stamp. It kind of came out like a postage stamp, if you can see. It's just shells with 3 single crochets in between each shell, and it worked out lovely. So I have to get this in the mail for her. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was when I got done with that, I really thought I had to do something else for a while, because that took me a couple weeks to do, and I needed a change. So I kept having these, everywhere I went and thought about things, I saw these swirls. And so I made this one. It's a granny square swirl or something. And I used 3 colors. I used the white twice. And so that was my inspiration. This is just kind of a swatch. That was my inspiration to do a hat for a girlfriend. When I say girlfriend, these are some friends of my husband's that I greatly appreciate, that have helped us out, and I want to do something nice for her. They jog and stuff, sometimes I think in the evenings, and I think she's even done the Boston Marathon and stuff, so I'm not sure about that. But I wanted to make her something special, and so part of what I got a couple of videos back, I did a yarn haul that I got from Hobby, and it's this. It's a Starlight Soft, I'm sorry, by Hobby. It's not Starcraft. And it's an 86% premium acrylic and 14% reflective polyester. It has 40 grams or 1.75 ounces and 64 meters or 70 yards. So, you know, it's going to take at least probably 2 full, not 2.5, to do a single hat if I did it all out of the yarn. Instead, I did those 2 and added a white with just a Red Heart Super Saver. And I don't know if you can see the swirl pattern if I take it kind of slow, you can kind of see that it swirls. It is not striped, it is swirled. And I put a nice little pom-pom and a white border on it. And in order to put the pom-pom on it, I added a small button. I don't know if you, there you go. And I hope you can see that. And what I did is the pom-poms all have an elastic strap on it. And kind of like a yarn, like a hair band. Anyway, so I pulled it through one of the holes and looped it around the button so it stays put until you want to wash it. And then you can take it off to wash it. And these are all, it says machine wash. I would do hand wash. So there's that. I made that one and I made this one. So I hope she likes them. I've got a message out to her. I'm waiting to hear. So I also got in a previous video some happy mail from a friend of mine who got some mail from her friend. And she didn't know what to do with some of it because she's primarily a knitter. She does hats. She can crochet, but she does primarily knitting. And she does hats for the homeless. And one of the things that she got was this yarn that is really more of a nylon twine. So it is a plastic of some kind, either acrylic or nylon. And so I made a basket with it. I wanted to show her, hi Kathy, that we made a basket and a lid, and I'm thinking about the one that was primarily blue that had some pinks and greens in it, making maybe a Easter basket if I have time. So I have two more finished products, finished objects, FOs. The next one, I had gotten some Erin skinny cakes, and this one in particular is called Lime Twist, and the skinny cakes are a 3 instead of a 4, or in the UK they call it a DK, and it's 8.8 ounces or 250 grams, and it's 795 yards or 727 meters. It's got quite a bit of yardage here for this cake. So I thought I was going to need 2. I wanted to do, and it is washable and dryable, sorry. I wanted to do a Virus Meets Granny shawl. And so I only needed to use one of them because I'm not very tall, so I didn't want to make it huge. So this is my Virus Meets Granny. And I just love this lime twist, the colors, how they came out. Just beautiful. And I've seen several people have said that you need 2 cakes. And I used a J hook, so maybe that was part of it, because it spread the yarn out more. But, so I did 1 cake, and I didn't quite have enough to do the 3rd motif, because the way it works is you do 3 of the virus, then 6 of the granny, and 3 and 6 and 3. I didn't have enough to do the last 3, and so instead I just did a single crochet with a picot every 3 stitches or so. Every 3 single crochets I did a picot, and I really like it. I think it's lovely. It comes down to my elbows, and I could tie it if I wanted. It's really lightweight because it's a 3, and very lovely for this spring, I think. I'm not really a shawl wearer, but I just love the colors. Green, you know, green is my favorite, so I tend to go gaga over the green. So as I was working this up, my brain is always constantly working, and so my brain was saying, you know, I wonder if I could make this into a poncho. And I looked and looked, and I didn't see any YouTube videos on it as a poncho. But I had 2 of the frosted blue motif in the same Erin skinny cakes. And so I haven't finished weaving in the ends, But this is my last finished project. So let me see here. I can figure this out. Which end is up? Okay, this, I haven't put my tag in it yet, so I'm not sure. I think it goes this way. And so this is my poncho. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump you. And so as you can see, 2 of the cakes comes way down, and it covers me all the way to my legs. And it's very nice. It's going to be great this spring. I don't know how much I will wear it, but I enjoyed making it and coming up with it. I used a chain of 80 to start for my center. And then I did just, if you're interested and want me to do a tutorial, please let me know. I will work out how to do that. Okay, so I mentioned my tags. And so I ordered some tags from a company in London. Didn't realize it was in London at the time that I ordered it. But I really like them. They're a nice, very high quality kind of ribbon. And I was able to put my logo on it directly, and it says handmade by Erin Prints, and this Have Yarn Creations in the center, and I gave a little bit of washing instructions. For most of the yarns that you use is machine wash cold, that I use anyway, machine wash cold and then lay flat to dry. So I wanted to put that on the blanket before I mailed it out and stuff. So, and then as you can see, I've got a new shirt, and it says, "Don't talk to me, I'm counting." And my family laughs at that all the time. If you hear my son making sounds out there, he's talking to his videos while my husband's out there with him. So my son, when I was, for Valentine's Day, gave me a Amazon card, and I got myself this lovely tumbler. It says, "I make string pretty." And it's a big joke in our family. My husband says that I torture string. That's what crochet and knitting is torturing string. So I had to get the "I make string pretty." And it didn't come with this handle. This handle is really great. It's Velcro. It's straps of a Velcro. My husband was going, "Why didn't I think of this?" So yeah, it just Velcros on to itself. So it will fit any tumbler, whether it's a 20 ounce, 30 ounce, or something, 40 ounce, or anything in between. And I really love it because it helps with my hands. When these things get full, you know, they're heavy, and I have arthritis in my thumbs, and trying to grip them like this sometimes can be painful. And then my husband got me a new board, and this is a reminder to please like and subscribe. Give me the thummies, and if you're interested and want to see more content, please make note and hit the subscribe button and the bell, and it'll let you know when I've got more videos up. So I do have a few more things. So a couple weeks ago, I wanted some more skinny cakes. Oh, excuse me. And I was concerned that they were that since the season was coming, they were to change things, that they were going to change them. So I went to Michael's, and I got me 2 of the skinny cakes in the bluebells. And it looks a lot like the lime twist, but not quite. As you can, they are slightly different. And so, so I got this, and while I was there, they had a bunch of stuff on clearance in yarn, and I couldn't resist. Well, the skinny cakes, I got them when they were buy one, get 50% off the next. And so I got this one, and it's called Chocolate Chip. And I'm not sure where the chocolate is, because it's got a dark gray. It's got like 3 or 4 different shades of gray and tan. So maybe they're burnt chocolate chip cookies. Not sure. And then this one's baked Alaska. And I can kind of understand that because you do have the meringue and you kind of burn it a little. So maybe. Okay. But I thought I was getting two of the same ones because they're very, very close. Very similar. So I don't know what they were thinking when they were naming those. While they were... So I was looking at the clearance stuff, and what do you know? That they had latte cakes. Was it right here? Lovely Layers. Right there. And now these are not a 3 like the skinnies, or these are a 5 because I believe of the fibers that come off, the little fuzz. It does make these a little harder to work with, just because if you make a mistake, it's harder to frog it out because these little hairs get tied up on each other, but they're so soft and just luscious. And so this is, again, it's an 8.8 ounce or 250 grams. However, instead of the 795 yards, this only has 530 yards. So that does put a big drawback. This one is called Olive Mint. Again, I'm going to show that one to you. And I got 2 of them. And then I got 2, and they are the same. I checked. These are called Sugar Pearls. And I'm not sure why they're sugared pearls. That's just a very interesting name. I mean, I've seen gray pearls, and I've seen white, and I've seen cream. I don't know. And I guess there are black pearls. So, okay. Maybe it works. But I got those on clearance. So they were really cheap. And so this weekend, this past Saturday, I went back to Michael's because the Crochet Crowd is having I don't know where that went. I'll find it. The Crochet Crowd is having their spring every quarter or so. They have a stitch along or crochet along. They're saying stitch along this time. And it's another Afghan. They almost always do Afghans. And this time they're doing one for spring, and it starts next week Monday. And so today Mikey put out the video talking about doing a preamble kind of thing, because this one's especially important to work on your gauge, because you're doing them in big sections and then putting them all together to make sure that they fit. You need to have the gauge done. So he took you through the tutorial on how to do the gauge. I watched it. I have not done my gauges yet. I will let you know about that. So one of the things, the yarn that they suggest are Caron 1-pounders. They want you to have 4 solids and then a Caron jumbo, those are variegated. And so I went to Michael's and they didn't have any of the jumbo. So I knew there was a Joann's nearby because I had been to it in years past when we lived here before, but I hadn't been back. And so I didn't know what they would have. So I went ahead and I got 5 of the Caron, well, not Caron 1-pounders. I got 5 pounds each. 1-pounders, and 5 of them. And some of them are the Lion brand Pound of Love. First one I'm going to show you is this one. It's called Denim, and it really looks like a washed denim. It is, now again, the Lion brand Pound of Love is also a 4-weight. They're very close in the size. However, this has 1,020 yards, and It is washable and dryable. I think when you, I may be mistaken, but I think when you have 100% acrylic and it's the same size for weight, I think it's okay to mix and match on your brand. And so they suggest a J hook, and this is made in Egypt, Pound of Love, the Lamb brand. So that's the first one I got. I also got it in white, which I like the fact that they put their whites and their creams in individual bags to keep them from getting cruddy. And I got Honeybee. Isn't that a nice spring kind of yellow? It's not quite pastel, but it's not quite flash in your face yellow either. So I'm going for a spring look here. And then I got 2 Karen 1-pounders. Now these are also 16 ounce, but they're only 812 yards. So they're more than 200 yards shy of the Pound of Love. I don't understand why. They weigh the same amount, they're the same size, so I don't know why there's less yardage. But there is. This one says 16 ounces or 453.6 instead of, the Pound of Love says 454 grams. This says 453.6. So somewhere in that 0.4 grams of yarn is 200 yards. We'll just have to see. This color is Kelly Green. And then I got Royalty, which is a blue. Very, very pretty blue. And so, because this past weekend they were having buy 2 yarn, get the 3rd one free, and I just got 5, I had to get a 6, so I got another Skitty Cake. This one is called Rainbow. No duh. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I just love it. It's actually got 2 different color greens in it. Yoo-hoo! So I'm going to have to do something fun. I'll have to think about that. If you have a suggestion, let me know. And so I looked up where the Joann's was, and it was actually closer on my way home. So I went to the Joann's, and I did find the Karen Jumbos in the variegated, and this one is called Blue Raspberry, and it's got some nice blues, and it's pastel-y kind of, except for this dark turquoise, and then it's got light blue and white, and then a really pale mint green. So I thought that it kind of goes with all of them. Not so much this green, but I decided that it would go really well with this blue, and then the yellow kind of makes it stand out, and yes, I'm going to bombard myself, and then the white of course goes with everything. So I decided that these are the ones I'm going to use, and the white for the crochet or the stitch along with the crochet crown. And so I'm looking forward to that. I'm ready to get started. I've got my yarn. We're ready to go. But that's not where it left off. While at Joann's, I got a last skein of yarn because they were having a doorbuster sale, and their Burnett velvet yarn, which is normally $10.99 a skein, was $5.99 a skein, and I could not resist getting one of them. I didn't know what I would do with it. This is called Golden Moss, and at the time I didn't know what I was going to do. It's a bulky 5. They suggest a 6.5 millimeter hook, which is a K, or a 10.5. It is hand wash only, and to lay flat to dry. I'm sure you understand. Um, this is just wonderful. My husband saw it and said it looked like a lion's mane. So now I'm thinking I'm going to do a pillow for maybe my niece that's a lion face, and then I have this as a big border that goes, or a big bushy border that goes around and makes a lion's mane. We're gonna try it. So I'm excited. I have so much I want to share with you, and I am so excited that you came to visit today. Please give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you enjoyed it, and come back. Hit those bells so you know when I put up a new one. I want to be able to have a rapport, because that's what this is all about, being able to talk together and enjoy our community. Be safe, take care everyone, and if you have yarn, be creative.